Hey, shut up and let me explain why Rainbow was one of the coolest bands to come out of the 20th century, at least for a few years. It all starts when guitarist Ritchie Blackmore leaves Deep Purple over a lack of creative control and over creative differences. He decides to form a new band and takes singer Ronnie James Dio with him, who had been opening for Deep Purple with his band Elf. They recorded their first album in Munich called Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, and when it was released, it reached top 20 in the UK and top 30 in the US. Now, while I have my own personal beef with Ritchie Blackmore, the songs that him and Dio wrote together were fucking legendary. While all the other progressive rock bands were rooted in blues and jazz, Ritchie took it in a different direction and was more inspired by classical and folk music, and this is part of why they had such a unique sound. The other coolest part of their sound was the powerful and charismatic vocals that Ronnie James Dio brought to the table, along with his fantasy-themed lyrics that transport you into a time of magic and castles and dragons. And I think that Dio's ability to storytell inside the lush, melodic arrangements of the band was truly what made them fantastic. Their next two albums were the iconic Rainbow Rising and Long Live Rock and Roll, which were equally as impressive. If you want to listen to something that will really blow your mind, turn on Stargazer off of this album, where Dio tells a cautionary tale of the ambition and power from the perspective of an Egyptian slave about a powerful wizard who became obsessed with the idea of flying and forces the people to build him a tower in the sky. Spoiler alert, it does not end well for the wizard. Also, the live performance of this is fantastic. You can find it on YouTube. Now, unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and Ritchie Blackmore lost his mind and wanted the band to go for a more commercial, pop-oriented sound. Even though they were already quite successful, he wasn't happy and wanted to be more popular with a US fan base. Dio wouldn't compromise on their original creative vision, and the relationship between the two became severely strained. So they parted ways, aka Dio got fired. Unemployed with no royalties coming his way, him and his wife Wendy fled to Los Angeles, where by some luck of some magical being, he met Tony Iommi and would go on to create even more revolutionary music in Black Sabbath. Ritchie Blackmore unfortunately got what he wanted. He made pop music that repeated the same sounds over and over again, and they got even more popular in the US. Hooray! They have a bunch of hits now, but they lost all of their critical success and creative identity. Everything that their original fans enjoyed were stripped away, and in my opinion, none of it is worth listening to. In my opinion! If you want to hear some of my personal favorites, you can go to the link in my bio, and I'm gonna have a playlist where you can listen to some of my favorite songs. Thanks for listening. Feel free to follow me. I don't care. Bye.